What's up, guys? It's Alec here bringing you another Let's Talk Film, and today I want to talk about a movie, the third installment, John Wick Parabellum, or Parabellum, one or the other. Alright, so John Wick, for those of you who don't remember the first one and the second one, basically breaks the rules of Continental and kills a guy in the lobby, and he is now excommunicondo, or however they say it, and he has a bounty on his head where all these assassins are going after him and going to be like, oh, I'm going to kill you for this massive bounty on your head. So of course there's those top high tier fights with these incredible stunt doubles and everything where you get all that. Let's dive into it, get the little specifics. So there's some very full-blown action sequences, and I will say some of them are just Mission Impossible level action sequences, and it just blew me away. And on the opposite side of that, there's some very poorly done fight scenes in here that just feel so long. And when I was watching, I could especially feel it in this one scene where it was like one of the first action sequences with Halle Berry's character, and it just went way too long. You could really just feel the time, and it wasn't exciting anymore. But I will definitely say the good action sequence outweighed the bad, and it did not hold back. You thought John Wick 2 with the pencil was gory? You're in for a whole new surprise with John Wick 3. There is so much gore. It is startling at times and sometimes like hard to watch. But the other thing I adored about the action sequences, since you have these assassins from all around the world going after John Wick, there are so many different fighting styles and weapons, and it is crazy. It really lifts the film to another level where you're just getting these fist fight, kung fu inspired fights, but as well as these insane action sequences or car chases and stuff like that. It's really cool to see the different sequences. I apologize for the background noise of my dog barking. He is very annoying. I do want to touch on my favorite thing of the whole film that I was actually the most invested in, and that would be the incredible color palette in this movie. There are such vibrant lights in here, but also these really cool neon shadows, and just I got so absorbed into it because I was like, wow, this is an incredible juxtaposition between the crime world and the normal overworld with these lightings. And it is so enticing, and it's very reminiscent actually of both Detective Pikachu and also Blade Runner. I love this color palette. It works so well with the film and the tone it's trying to go for, and it is very, very cool watching it. So let's dive a little bit into a few of the cast members. So the main man himself, John Wick, Keanu Reeves, he is very much proving to be the incredible action star that he was back in The Matrix, and still is now. He has that grittiness to him that really puts him in the forefront. But the one thing that I do wish John Wick could do, or Keanu Reeves, is bring a little heart to the character. It touches on it a little bit in the movie, but just Keanu Reeves can't pull it off. But there is heart, and it's very much thanks to Halle Berry's character. She brings so much heart and a much more realistic look on the struggles of the assassin life and the struggles of being a member of the Continental, my bad. And it is very more wow, this could be a more realistic feel. And Halle Berry is such a joy in this movie. She very much is the highlight, I would say, and I want to see a spin-off where it's just her. You know, it would be pretty lay epic if I say so myself. And the final actor I want to touch on is Lawrence Fishburne. He really deserves so much more credit than he's probably gonna get for this. He really brings this much more strange, like, cool kind of essence to it. He contributes so much with such little time, and it's a joy. He really reminds me in this role like he was as Morpheus in The Matrix. And the other thing I really, really want to touch on is this movie made me think a lot of, like, The Matrix, because it's very derivative of it. I mean, other than the cast with, like, Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne, there is also this one scene in particular that it's very, very much like the fight scene of the lobby. A very iconic scene in The Matrix, where Keanu Reeves and I forgot her name, the girl from The Matrix, they're fighting in the lobby with all the agents, and it's very much like that in John Wick. This one scene, it really, you can tell they pulled that source material from The Matrix and implemented it in a fresh new take in John Wick. So another really incredible thing with this movie is it has such a great world building aspect. It introduces these characters seamlessly, and it's so cool because you're getting the old characters you love, but you're getting more and more lore and new characters to add to this lore of the whole John Wick universe. And it makes me more and more excited for the Continental TV series that they are planning to make, because there's so much to explore with this world. And it's not just John Wick's story, it's all these different assassins' stories, and it adds so much lore and characters, and it's so seamless as well. It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. So the final major point I want to make to you guys is this movie is everything an action movie should be. It has great fight scenes, so intense, absolutely so intense. It is bloody, but not like to an extreme bloody. It is so derivative of different fight styles, and it even has that little sprinkle of comedy to lighten the mood of these very grisly, dark fight scenes. It's what an action movie should be. Great stunts, great action, in a fun story. I mean, what else would you want in an action movie? So, John Wick 3 Parabellum is a very welcomed addition to the series, but I'm going to say it does not beat the original. The original will always be the best. And even though there are some bad fight scenes, they very much are outweighed with good fight scenes. The good fight scenes just completely blow the bad ones out of the water. It very much introduces new lore to the world to expand upon, and I absolutely adore it. It is a blast, and you get some very, very enjoyable moments in this film that if you love John Wick, you'll love this film. It's got some great aspects to it, especially that color palette. I am still thinking about that. It is phenomenal. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you very much. You know, if you want, create a discussion down below. And I'll see you later, guys. Peace out. Yai.